Hello, guys. Welcome to another Cube Rush brought to you by Marvel Snap Zone. We got a special one for you today. We have the Halloween variant only cosplay Cube Rush. So all players are in cosplay and have variant only decks. Quick note, if you go over to CubeRushEvents on Twitter, there's a poll that you can find. All the players' decks that they are running in this tournament are there. If you want to pick which one you like best, the winner will get 8 cubes for this Cube Rush. So it matters a lot. So I'm going to throw it over to Kawa and Binks, and y'all can introduce the players, and then here shortly we'll get going.
Awesome, awesome. So excited to be back. Always a pleasure to be here casting Cube Rush. And we have 4 amazing players today. We have Mr. Metal, we have Valentine, Default Dan, and a newcomer, Coco 4. So super excited. The costumes are absolutely incredible. Kawa, I would love to hear who's your favorite costume.
I've got to give it to Mr. Metal. I mean, you've got to see, look at the commitment, the full Scarlet Witch costume, like absolutely incredible. Everyone else rocking it so well. Coco in the Deadpool outfit. We've got Val as Doctor Doom, inkified, of course, just like his variant card. And of course, we have Dan dressed up as Wolverine. So super excited to get into this Cube Rush. Who are you excited to see play? Any interesting decks or anything you're looking forward to, Binks?
Yeah, I think that the decks are really cool. You know, we have a super unique hot location today, actually
Very
featured
true.
location. So we're going to get 40% of the time, we're going to have Bar Sinister. Bar Sinister, when you get into Pool 3, there's some really huge power plays that can come. Green Goblins are going to be dropping on 3 like crazy, but we do have some really good kind of decisions. I saw a Black Bolt in Valentine's list, and I am just a huge Black Bolt believer. I want Black Bolt to be buffed. I think it's a very cool card. I was playing it a bunch last night, and I was playing the exact same variant, so super excited. One of the things today is that every single player, all of the cards have to be variants. So it's a little bit different. It's going to limit your collection a little bit and really make that credit card OP. But yeah, I really like the Valentine one. Obviously, Mr. Metal, the full gold deck, the absolute insane flex that he's pulled out now twice at a Cube Rush. What's your favorite deck that you're seeing, Kawa?
I'm looking at Coco's deck and I'm really liking it. We've got like a Venom Hulkbuster kind of Deadpool type of deck, and with this hot location, we can see some crazy plays pulling off with some Venoms and from some Carnages as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like the Venom Taskmaster combo, if you pull that out with this hot location, you got the Death in there as well. Destruction decks, these type of decks are some of my favorites, honestly, because some of the high roll potential you can get with the power is absolutely insane.
Yeah, and there's defense, right? Because Green Goblins are so prevalent. You know, having that Carnage in your deck, you know, if it's turn 3, you can play the Carnage. So Carnage not going to take up the entire thing. You know, it's going to play on itself a bunch of times. It's not going to make a ton of power. But what it can do is that it defends you from those Green Goblins that can be really scary. So definitely think that there's some good things happening here and some great choices. Yeah, Loot Muncher, I think that everyone seems ready. Do you want to get us started with a countdown here?
Absolutely. So players, speak your piece now if you have anything.
Yeah, any shit to talk from anyone?
I'm gonna win.
I'm okay.
The confidence.
And
the
a
confidence.
few words.
Yes, I like it.
We're good, man. We're good.
Alrighty, guys. Here's your countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
Good luck. Have fun, everybody.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck.
All right. Let's see. The first thing we always like to do in Cube Rush is to see if we get anyone matching up against each other. I always think that that's the most exciting to see on the first round. Okay, Coco 4. So Valentine and Default Dan could match up against each other.
Oh,
Looks
Dan,
like
Dan
Default
got a crash, did he? Oh,
Dan had
no.
a crash. Not ideal, not ideal. Let's jump over to Mr. Metal because we've kind of talked about, we're probably most excited here. So Mr. Metal is running a deck that doesn't make too much sense, but one thing that he does have is a lot of gold cards. So all 12 cards have the gold split variant. It looks like as far as what he's going to be trying to do, he has Carnage to play some of that defense against the Green Goblins. He can do like Odin, Arnim Zola things, which I don't know if you've seen someone play that before. It kind of goes crazy.
It goes nutty, yeah.
To have a huge power push, but let's see where he's at here. Playing a Lady Sif out in a Sokovia. We don't have a Bar Sinister game to start.
Always a great start though, getting that Infinite discarded. We've opened
with
up
the Ghost Rider in
play.
hand.
Yeah, 100%. He is facing one of these Venom decks that we were talking about earlier, though. So these are super, super powerful. So hopefully he can get enough power with that Ghost Rider and Infinite combo to combat these Venom decks.
I'm not sure where your head's at right now. If you're talking to me
Oh.
right now, I am just slamming down stats and I am hitting the snap button, already getting a Ghost Rider out. I
Yeah.
definitely think that snapping here, you know, Shang-Chi is being seen a lot in these decks, so it's always something you have to be worried about. But definitely, you know, something that I think, you know, you're getting the 20 power down, even if the Danger Room decides to shoot this
Oh, this
Ghost
is
Rider, which it does.
brilliant.
This is actually
This is
great. Yeah,
amazing
Arnim
for
Zola.
Metal.
What a smart play by Metal. I didn't
Absolutely
even think
insane.
about
I
that.
was about to say, if the Ghost Rider does get destroyed, that's actually more beneficial because he just plops down this Zola, and it's 20/20 on both sides.
We're gonna
So,
shatter this Winter Soldier with the Shang-Chi, and then if they play anything to fight in the Danger Room, as if they don't get a big card in the Superflow, I have no idea how opponent's gonna end up winning this game. If we see a big card coming down in Superflow, they definitely have a shot. Death does
okay.
make the Arnim Zola play middle very scary. I actually probably wouldn't do that. My play here is going to be to Chavez to the left.
Yeah,
What are you feeling about?
I would have to agree. I would have to agree. Now, doing this play as well is completely fine. I think I don't know if he's going to actually want to play anything out. The opponent's going to want to play anything out on the right.
Opponent's
He
going to
did
try
play
and
mid.
Shang-Chi him in the Danger Room, and he's going to juke him out. Look at this Shang-Chi coming
Is
down
this the Shang-Chi?
absolutely with. Oh wait, a
That's the
Taskmaster.
Taskmaster.
Totally
It's
fine.
still,
Totally fine.
still really, really good.
Wonderful.
Absolutely amazing.
I think the Chavez over to the left still definitely wins. I don't understand the choice of
But
that.
yeah, I don't know why he didn't
middle.
retreat.
I don't think
Yeah.
that beats anything, right? But hey, that's a big 8 cube star from Mr. Metal. We see Valentine also at an 8 cube. Let's hop over to Valentine. He's queuing right now. Let's get the start of that game. I love, by the way, you know, I didn't notice. I was actually kind of scared because I didn't know what Valentine was. I'm happy that you took that in the intro. I didn't know what it was because I was like black and white. I'm like, what's going on with this camera?
It's
Is something wrong?
Inkified Doom, yeah.
Inkified Doctor Doom, absolutely legendary. Really love that.
Amazing
So
variant.
if we're looking at Valentine's deck, what we have here is we have Iceman early on, Colossus and Domino in the 2-drop slot. We have Morph, which is a very interesting play, as well as Electro in the 3-drop slot.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Morph is a very, very good card. I think he's quite an underrated card, especially like I feel like in the meta nowadays we're seeing a lot more big cards than small cards. So you can get some high roll morphs for sure. 100%. We did get Bar Sinister up here, so we've got some potential here to see what Val can do. We can plop Vision down there, maybe. We can start really moving them all over the place. But I guess we'll see what's gonna happen here.
It's always scary, right? You know, having to wait until Vision can be something that's tough. That's why a lot of people are kind of running that carnage and then maybe trying to run the Vision earlier because it's always scary. You know, if we see the Green Goblin come down here on Bar Sinister, which it looks like it's probably going to happen. Oh, opponent steals the Destroyer. Oh, we're doing the Nightcrawler thing. So there are some crazy combos that you could do with Nightcrawler. Getting Nightcrawler down, filling up that board with Nightcrawlers. You can then move one Nightcrawler away, and then you can kind of make your own board. So a lot of people are doing Blue Marvel with 3 onslaughts, which is going to give thousands of power to all of your cards. Pretty much unbeatable. Lots of different ways that you can really utilize Nightcrawler. When I first saw Nightcrawler as a choice in this, it seemed like, oh, you're going to run out of board space. But then seeing kind of these ideas that some people are working through with how you can get these combos and how you can manipulate Nightcrawler and Bar Sinister is really fun. I'm going to look over to the chat here. We have Super Tech God saying voting Kawa and Binks to win. Let's go, team announcers. Absolutely love to hear it. Jesse James giving some love in the chat as well.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this turn that Val has. It's quite a difficult one. I believe he did he did play a card here, but it's quite difficult because he doesn't really want to Electro into the Doom when Miniaturized Lab is still up, because then it's going to fill up his board. So Arrow is a nice pickup here, possibly. But yeah, I have to agree. Playing the Vision in mid is going to be super, super good because he can just move them all over the place and
then next turn he has the chance
as possible.
Next turn he has the Arrow too now, right? Because you know, if opponent tries to do something tricky here, move one of the Nightcrawlers, try and set up one of those combos, you can then deny your opponent from doing that. They do have the ability to fill up that location with the movement of the different Nightcrawlers. But what I'm kind of expecting from the opponent, just seeing this right here, is probably going to be, are we maybe seeing like a Destroyer?
We know he does have a Destroyer in hand. We know that for sure. Yeah, Destroyer in middle. Destroyer in middle would actually, if he moves, he can't move his armor. Actually, yeah.
He does have a potential here. So if he pulls the Cosmo to the left with that Magneto, right? He's going to pull that Cosmo to the left. If opponent is trying to slam his Destroyer down on the right, he's going to decimate his whole board. He's going to have enough power over on the right then to win.
With visions, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I certainly think that the Magneto play over on the left, or the Arrow, both of them will do a similar thing. But I think with the Arrow play, you're going to be a little bit light. Maybe he's just trying to get enough power to actually end up winning here. He's going to play the Magneto middle, maybe looking for opponent to move one of those Nightcrawlers. Yeah, having those 4 visions gives you a lot of different choices here. Not sure exactly the perfect play that Val can play here, but he feels pretty confident, it seems. Not enough to snap.
I want to come in with a hot question real fast. Snapping, not snapping, never mind, the opponent left. I was just thinking what y'all were thinking, if you would snap if you were Val or not, but the opponent said, I'm out of here.
I kind of like Val's choice to not snap. He felt confident, and he felt like he was far enough ahead with that vision on the board that he wants to bait the opponent to finish out that game, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. And he has just taken the lead as well, so playing it safe actually paid off for him there. So
yeah, let's see at who we might want to jump into here. Looks like we have an early game done with Default Dan. So let's go and check the beginning of this game here with Default Dan.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so we have a Moor Island game, and the Bar Sinister now comes down on the right. Opponent's playing a lot of 1-drops. They might be trying to do some Khazar-style things, so having that Killmonger hanging out is really great.
This is looking super good for Dan right now. I mean, he's got that Deadpool just getting bigger on Moor Island. He's got the Killmonger to deal with his opponent's 1-drops. He could even drop Nova on right. Or actually, the better play, in my opinion, would be get this Deadlock, drop Deadpool on right, then do a Killmonger. Then he's going to have some huge Deadpools to play.
Here's what I'm concerned about. I'm always concerned about Green Goblin, right? I think that Green Goblin is just getting played like crazy. If I have the chance on turn 3 to play a card that I can destroy later on a Bar Sinister, I'm doing it. So if it was me, this turn I think I'm slamming Nova down over on the right, setting up for a Killmonger next turn, because that's going to hopefully deny some of these Green Goblins. I don't believe he shows if he's on the play or not on his screen. Can you tell? I don't see anywhere where any of the names are highlighted. So it's kind of...
I don't believe so. No, I can't see it there.
Okay, so I guess we'll just have to do math. I guess he's gonna make us do math. Well, what a world, huh? So yeah, we got that 6-power Deadpool. I do love the idea that he's looking for here. So he is behind. So opponent did just snap there. What I'm a little bit scared about is that opponent found a Goblin. I would not be playing this Carnage right now. Seeing the opponent snap there on turn 4, I'm thinking, okay. Strong guy comes down.
I do like this Nova play on right. Actually, you're after convincing me. It seems a lot better, yeah. Because on turn 6, he just gets brings me back to the old Nova days that a lot of new Marvel Snap players may not be familiar with. When Nova said, give all of your other cards +2 power. Those are the days, eh? Those are the days.
Very weird by the opponent as well, playing the strong guy on the Isle of Silence. Do you think that was just a misplay?
That was probably a misplay on his behalf.
Has to be, right? It's very hard. So seeing this Deadpool come down, I think like this Deadpool is going to be enormous, right? It's going to be 24 power. We're going to get power spread all the way across the board. He's going to have the choice to either slam down that Deadpool and Power Sinister and just get a huge play. Ooh, I think he does have to play that Killmonger, and left is probably the better choice there. That card is going to get pretty big to compete. Opponent might not even know that Strong Guy's turned off right now. If they made that misplay, you never know how long it's going to take them
to realize.
I'm looking at this is...
I think Dan should snap. I don't think Dan has snapped yet. I mean, I would snap in this situation, but
yeah.
Those Nakias are getting pretty. I see. The thing is with snapping with Bar Sinister as a location, you really never know what's going to happen. So this Deadpool is getting absolutely
I didn't know
huge.
that worked. When the Killmonger comes down, it kills all the Novas first, and because they were played first, they're the first ones to die.
Yeah, that's the order. Order is extremely important with Killmonger. Yeah, for sure.
Now, if this is me, I am not playing Deadpool on the Bar Sinister. I think that you have much easier plays here. I think that you Spider-Woman over on the right, and then you slam that Deadpool in the middle. Slam the Deadpool on the left. Very interesting. We got the Time Zone, Space Zone, Power Stone, Reality Stone, Soul Stone. Which one are you hitting? Reality Stone?
Mind Stone. What happened? It's Vision.
It's Vision. Okay, all right. Oh my gosh, dude.
The production level is
I was not
legit
ready
on
for
this
these
stream.
special
Absolutely out of
effects.
control. Wow, we are getting a treat over here.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
a great look at that final board. That's nuts.
I
Oh
have to
my
imagine
god.
that's a bot game. That was pretty rough. The quadruple Spider Woman. I was trying to hit that last night. Seems like a lot of fun. Let's pop back out. Let's check
See what
Coco
Coco's
4.
doing, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't checked this out. If this is late in the game, okay, we're at turn 3. Oh yeah, it's really hard if you're not on the play to get that green goblin down.
Oh
It's really
no.
risky.
Yeah, he's gonna be straight out of there.
Well, this is great. We get to jump in on a game. I'll give everyone a quick look at the leaderboard, who's more just listening on their side. We have Default Dan with 15 cubes, a pretty commanding lead. Mr. Metal sitting at 9, Valentine at 1, and Coco at -2, maybe -3. I'm not sure if he adjusted for that last game just yet.
Yeah, so he's at -2. He was at 0, and that was a 2-cuber. So he just lost 2. Also, Default Dan winning that 8-cuber in style with the vision effects and stuff. So
Love it, man.
Pretty sweet.
Legendary.
Yeah, that's the second game though that we've seen so far where if I was the opponent, I would have retreated. So we could be having some bot games here. But listen, bot games equal 8 cubes, so our players will definitely take it for sure.
Certainly one thing about these cube rushes is that you are going to face bots. People who are watching who might be brand new. Hopefully, once you get up into 30, you're very, very rarely seeing bots because there's a huge player pool down here. A lot of us have been playing since May or June, so we have pretty high collections, pretty high MMRs. So there's a very small pool that we're playing against. So we're going to end up facing bots generally a lot more than you, especially once you go deep past infinite rank or down in the 60s like I tend to hang out.
Yeah, me too, Binks, me too. But yeah, so this game is really interesting right now. It's quite difficult to see what the opponent's playing. He did drop down the wave there, which in this situation actually doesn't help Coco out too much. He does have the Deadpool, seems to be probably the most optimal play. Yeah, seems okay. Game could be going better so far, but we did not get a Bar Sinister game this time.
Could have a Carnage draw. Carnage draw would be great to slam down the Hulkbuster and a Carnage over on the right.
Claw comes in. That's interesting. We don't see too many claws up at this rank, in my opinion. Anyways, it's a very, very good card, especially with the recent buff from +5 power to +6 power. It's always great to see that card. It's actually one of my personal favorite cards, but it's a shame we don't see it as much anymore.
Yeah, I think it's a bit sneaky of like kind of an off meta play. I've definitely been suggesting it is a pool 1 card, so I've definitely been suggesting people in pool 1. You know, if you're looking at that, it's 5 energy for 10 power split up between 2 different locations. It works with things like Onslaught. Definitely an interesting card. Oh, opponent! Killmonger's for him. What a champion.
20.
And he turned off the vault for him.
Oh my god.
The opponent is playing for the wrong team. Killmonger to reset your Deadpool, allow you to play into the vault. He's not even choosing to play into the vault here. Just slamming down 220 power cards. Really, really great. Oh, we have a Halloween sign.
Oh,
coming
here
up.
we go. What is this?
Much love.
Oh, he's got the kid in there. Oh,
you love to see it. You absolutely love to see that. Wholesome things coming out. Hopefully, gonna take a 4 8-cube game here.
We have got an official second dinner developer in the chat. Nikki saying, "Wow, love the costume. Everyone's costumes are absolutely amazing today." And is he gonna pull out the win with his Taskmaster? I believe he will. Copies the 20 power from the Deadpool. What a fantastic game.
Too much power coming down. I mean, 220, 40 power on turn 6. You get to choose where to place both of them because opponent turned that Central Park off, and I think he definitely made the best choice of those two locations there. But yeah, let's jump back. Let's see who's early. We can jump back over to Valentine. Valentine's just jumping into
the game. Yeah, let's do it.
And we have a Bar Sinister game. Definitely one of the best reasons to play. But he's playing Juggernaut, not in a Bar Sinister. But it's tough, right?
That's
It's tough.
yeah.
I've just always been scared that you know if you're running Green Goblin, 50% of the time on this turn 3, opponent's going to have Green Goblin here. Oh, he plays the Cosmo.
Okay.
Probably trying to play some counter to Green Goblin there. There's always a mind game, right? Because everyone's kind of expecting that turn 3 play because it really shuts down that location.
I'll be very curious to see what is the most played card in Bar Sinister so far. I know it's literally only been released for a short amount of time, but I would definitely have to agree that Green Goblin is definitely up there for one of the most played cards on the location.
Oh, absolutely.
very interesting turn for Val here. He has some cards that we actually don't see too much in decks. We've got the Rock Slide and we've got White Queen as well. White Queen could be interesting here. He does have some high cost cards already. Rock Slide's always good to try and interrupt your opponent's draw, so that's definitely the best card to play in
I
my
hope he
opinion
plays a
here.
middle. Ooh, interesting choice. I don't like the White Queen choice. Your hand is full. The White Queen's going to fill up your hand. You're not going to draw your cards.
And he already
Triskelions
has white
also
cost,
deny to draw, yeah. If it was me, I would be dropping Rock Slide right on top of Korg saying, hey, what's up, little bro?
Yeah.
Have 2 rocks of your own.
100%. Let's see what card he does grab with this
Maybe
White
he's
Queen.
not allowed to play
Magneto.
Rock Slide because it's not a variant, right? Magneto can do some interesting things here with Bar Sinister. I love the Black Bolt. With the Cosmo down, it obviously is not going to be nearly as impactful. But yeah, Magneto also lends to some bad things. So this game is all going to come down to that left side. Having that Magneto is actually going to be kind of scary, right? The Magneto coming down can pull those Cosmos over in a lane that's already going to be lost. So getting those 5-power Cosmos can be a little bit spooky. Opponent could YOLO Morph. Opponent could try an Arrow Middle. I think Arrow Middle is definitely the play. I don't see opponent playing more than 2 cards. You're already losing that middle lane, pulling Arrow to the middle.
I'd have to
this
agree,
does
yeah.
lose to 3 cards, but Arrow, absolutely wonderful. Maybe we get a Dr. Doom. Magneto. Oh no!
Oh no!
Magneto!
Oh my god!
Get absolutely decimated. I don't think he had a winning play, unfortunately. You know what his winning play was there? Oh no, with the arm. No, with the arm. Wait, does the armor work? They changed that, right? I was gonna say the Artem Zola on the Hobgoblin.
Yeah, that doesn't work anymore.
That doesn't work anymore, no?
Yeah, unfortunately. That's
But
crazy. We had 3 Magnetos in that game. Oh my god.
Very
that is
unfortunate.
wild.
I think we can head over to Default Dan here. Default Dan is just getting a game started, so we can jump in there. Quick look at the leaderboards. Default Dan is our leader, commanding lead right now at 19 cubes. Mr. Metal with 7, Coco 4 with 2, and Valentine just dipped down to -2.
Just gonna message in here from Super Tech God. Wasn't Loot supposed to be dressed as Arrow? Yeah, Loot, where's the outfit, my friend?
So y'all two are on camera. We don't have enough room for another camera. So just imagine me sitting here in the dark in it. And but I did also want to point out, I didn't want to interrupt y'all, but Boat Times had a question of what is everyone's themes for their deck? Variant only. So this week, for the cosplay for Halloween, this variants only. So that's the theme with this week.
I see Boat Times in chat. I think Boat Times faced one of our competitors in the very first game.
He did actually.
Yes, Boat Times was the first game. Yes, they lost to 8-cuber.
Welcome,
also, quick moment, everyone's. We are at 41 minutes. So I was just looking at it. We have about 20 minutes left on the Twitter poll. If you want to go over to CubeRushEvents on Twitter and vote there. The last time I looked,
link in chat, Luke.
Yes, yeah. The last time I looked, it was a tie with Mr. Metal and Valentine having 40% vote.
And this is huge. They get 8 cubes if they're the winner of this. So it is just the exact same as winning one of those huge 8-cube games. So if you have a favorite in this race and you want to give someone a little bit more boost, definitely make sure you vote on Twitter.
100%. So looking at Dan's game right now, he did drop down the Typhoid Mary. I have to say, I love the Typhoid Mary and a Venom combo to negate her effect. Absolutely love to see it. He does not have the Venom in hand at the moment. However, he does. He's after piling on.
Snags away the Enchantress. Is he reading Black Bolt because he doesn't know what it does because no one plays Black Bolt?
Oh my god.
Default Dan was just reading what Black Bolt does. That is fantastic. I mean, Black Bolt, definitely a powerful card in this game. If you are not trying to win and just trying to do cool things. I used to actually run a really cool Black Bolt deck back in the Devil Dinosaur era. Devil Dinosaur used to be a 3 energy 0 power card. It was super oppressive. And I was running a Wong Black Bolt deck. So if opponent was doing Moon Girl things, copying their Devil Dinosaurs, trying to be really smart and slam down 2, you play a Wong Black Bolt. You can even slide a Moon Knight in there at the end to get rid of all of their cards in their hand and make those dinosaurs worthless. We're looking at turn 6 right here.
Yeah, I'm going for the Spider-Woman Green Goblin. Yeah, that's the play that I would go for 100%.
Goblin's a little bit spooky. So where would you be dropping Goblin? I think Goblin left is totally fine. Opponent's not going to play 3 cards over there. The problem is that they do play 3 cards over there, you're in a lot of trouble. Yeah, I think it's all about the risk and reward, right?
100%. Yeah, I do think it is the better play. I mean, Spider Woman on the right is still better than playing even just the Chavez on the right because she does affect your opponent's cards as well with -1. Oh, okay. So you didn't play the Goblin, did drop the Spider Woman, and hopefully this
I
is
gotta
enough. Oh, the
match the
Enchantress comes
Enchantress.
down.
Oh wait, it turns off the Typhoid Mary though as well.
So he's gonna be on 17, which is not
Not
gonna be.
gonna be
Oh,
enough.
will it be with the Nova?
Oh, it's gonna tie.
Does he get it?
It's a tie! It's a tie! It's a full
tie!
tie!
Oh
What
my
an
God.
insane! What an insane last turn there for
Absolutely
default Dan.
wild.
Oh my gosh, those are the reasons you play Snap. What a crazy series of events.
What
Any
a
other
wild
card opponent
game.
would have played would have won the game. Anything that had 2 power, but the 4 power plus giving him the Nova on the
If he
3.
dropped that Goblin, he would have got it. He would have got it. But
You're
what a
totally right.
game.
That
Yeah.
goblin was the difference. I think that the risk and reward is really tough. You know, if they swarm out 3 cards over on the left, you have that goblin hit. It's gonna feel
Agreed.
really, really bad. We got an ad up there on the top right. Let's jump over to Mr. Metal. We're pretty early in that game.
See what Metal is up to.
Metal's just finishing
All
up
the
turn 3
sunspots.
here.
Woo!
Oh, he's just showing off his gold cards. He's just flexing.
course,
He's just
of
out there
course, of course.
flexing. Sunspot played into there is really scary when you're looking at things like Killmonger.
Killmonger.
Not sure if you have anything in the discard pool right now. That Shang-Chi is always going to be juicy. I definitely recommend trying to slot Shang-Chi into decks. A lot of people are running pretty monstrous cards. That could be a pretty powerful play there.
Super
on
good
turn
tech card,
6.
yeah, 100%. Does discard
Especially-
the Apocalypse, which goes to 16 power. So we could see possibly like a Dracula come out for the opponent, which is always a little bit scary, but he is running the kind of collector package. So a lot of these decks tend to run Swarm as well. So he may have not picked up. Wave is actually a great counter to if he does have Swarm in his hand. So he's going to drop the Wave and the collector. And then I guess that Shang-Chi could be good when
Did he
that...
Did he just pass?
he
He's just
did actually.
passing?
Oh, the Shang-Chi gets discarded. Oh, Moon Knight's going to discard all of his cards.
Oh, okay. So he's going to have 1 card left.
One card left. Oh,
But
no.
opponents. Oh, the Moon Knight with the Apocalypse. Very interesting choice here.
That's a very good combo. Wow. Really
Now-
getting to see the potential of Bar Sinister here. 100%.
Yeah, that's
If
not a
Ghost Rider
combo
stays-
I've
if
seen.
Ghost Rider stays alive, he still has some semblance of a shot.
Maybe.
I mean, a Ghost Rider Odin can do some crazy things here. Is Mr. Metal interested in just slamming that Ghost Rider down in the middle and seeing if you get the Wombo combo? I think the retreat is definitely validated.
Yeah, 100%.
Very
Let's
interesting
see.
tech by the opponent. Moon Knight
Very good
with
combo.
the Apocalypse. Very, very cool. Just completely decimate your opponent's hand while giving yourself a lot of options. Very fun.
Let's
That's definitely a combo I haven't seen or thought about.
No, it was very, very cool.
I think we can go jump into Coco's game. He's on turn 4 at the moment, so we'll jump over there.
Just a shout out too. I just saw it. Val was playing against Super Tech God.
Oh, look
Super
at that.
Tech featured. Oh, I'd love to see it.
Absolutely love to see it. Both times has a toxic deck, tries to get an opponent's deck, use Black Bolt in that. Love that. Love people using Black Bolt. A true tie indeed. Very, very fun. Yeah, definitely agree. I feel like a lot of people agree that Bar Sinister is fun. Hopefully it doesn't get stale. You know, as we go into the second day, it's usually the second day where sometimes these can get stale. But it seems like there's some very unique counterplay that's building. You know, everyone immediately said, "Oh, everyone's just running goblins. Why would you do anything else?" But then you start to see all these other decks and all these different ways that you can find ways to win. It's a ton of fun.
So many combos, yeah.
All right,
Actually, just seeing one of them for the opponent here. It feels like the opponent is literally playing a deck fully molded around Bar Sinister. He has the Yondus, the Nightcrawlers, the Carnage, the Green Goblin we saw as well. So, I mean, when you put a Yondu down, you burn 4 of your opponent's cards. It's definitely tough to take, especially if you're running any sort of kind of combo deck.
So if
This
they
is
only
venom.
burn 4, they're actually only stopping their draw on the last turn of the game. So opponent still, or Coco still does have 1 card in his deck. I do a lot of mill stuff, so it's all about how many cards you can burn before a certain time. So he does still have one card sitting in his deck. So if you can get some of these cards out of his hand here, he does have a 0 power death from that Yondu. Is this after? Is there a wave here? Did that death get discounted 10 times? Because it's 0 power with Dream
Yeah.
Dimension. That is absolutely insane. So we have the
Wild.
3 Venom triggers.
We
We
got the
have
Venom, the Yondu triggers.
Yeah.
4
That's true.
Yanu
Carnage.
triggers. The Carnage. Yeah, so at least 10 triggers there on that death. So very, very spooky. If did you see if the Yondu got one of his Taskmasters? Because Taskmaster Death, Deadpool could be a really powerful play on that last turn to give you
I
a lot of
believe
power.
we tuned in before we could see which cards were burned, so I'm not too sure. If only he had some way to destroy these Deadpools, the next turn could be absolutely lethal. But at the moment, yeah, I don't think this is the worst idea, dropping a death on a Hulkbuster.
If he's doing this, I
Oh.
kind of have a full read right now that that he must have.
Oh, he's gone. He's left the
Interesting
game.
choice there. I was gonna say if he was doing that, he must have Taskmaster in the deck, right? That seems like a play that's 100% setting up for a 16 power Taskmaster. But yeah, he must know more than us to know what to do. Let's jump back here, loot. See where people are at with the games. Only 20 minutes into this amazing loot rush so far. Oh, never mind. Coco's clock just jumped from 39 to 33. Let's head over to Default Dan. We're pretty early in that game.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Coco's learning what I learned early on is if you have it minimized, it doesn't update.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I was because I thought we were at 41 minutes. I was like, that was only 2 minutes ago. What kind of world is this? Let's see what things we got going on. I feel like we've been pretty rare on seeing Bar Sinister. I was streaming last night, and out of my first like 12 games, I got one Bar Sinister game. So
Wow.
the 40% isn't as often as you might think if you're used to the 60% from the hot locations.
And just to give it a rundown real fast on the leaderboard, we have Default Dan with 21 cubes. We have Coco with 7 cubes, Valentine with 5 cubes, and Mr. Metal with 3. So no one really truly out of it. Plenty of time left. 31 minutes left.
Yeah, I don't believe it was updated on downside either because it does say he's at 15 cubes on his stream at the moment.
Yeah, I think his is minimized also.
Okay, let's look at Dan's deck. I haven't really dove into exactly what kind of deck he's playing here. It looks like we have a pretty standard destroy style deck. The Green Goblin's in there, which I think is a fantastic choice. The Spider Woman's kind of the spicy one to fight off and try and win some of those games later on. I am liking this Nova Carnage kind of idea. I definitely wasn't running that last night. What kind of decks have you been running with Bar Sinister, Kawa?
First of all, like everybody, I've been trying out like the different kind of Green Goblin combos, that type of thing. Someone was pointing out a really good deck for Bar Sinister, especially for the kind of early Marvel Snap players, would be some sort of kind of on reveal deck with if there's any way you can destroy your cards, you can kind of do some crazy stuff with like Ironheart, Odin, that type of thing. I haven't really delved too deeply into it, but I have seen a few tweets of people mentioning some of that. Because some of the earlier players are saying, "Oh, what's the best kind of combos we can do?" But me personally, I haven't really delved too much into it myself. But there's definitely a lot of interesting combos you can do. 100%.
Yeah, I definitely think that doing Blue Marvel things, definitely running that Nightcrawler seems like it seems like something that I was definitely overlooking, and getting that Nightcrawler to have some choices for what you can do in Bar Sinister. But I think that also you can do really well, which is an ongoing Spectrum deck. When you're in that pool 1 range, there's nothing that can really completely disrupt your opponent's side of the board. You know, when you get up to pool 3, you have things like Debris, you have things like Black Widow, things like Green Goblin. The only one, like once you get to pool 2, would be like Hobgoblin that can really do it, but that's a huge risk to be playing that all the way on to turn 5, expecting your opponent not to do anything. So if you're just playing a bunch of ongoing cards into the other locations, you can slam down that Spectrum, which by itself is 20 power in that lane, so it's not too bad. It can win some of those lanes, but you're kind of already doing the Wong, Mystique, Spectrum combo in the Wong-going deck that was really popular on ladder, has fallen a bit out of practice, but definitely a really, really strong choice still in pool 3.
Super strong deck. Actually, now that you mentioned Debris, I was messing around with Debris a little bit. So if you drop Debris on Bar Sinister, you just flood your board and your opponent's board full of rocks. So what I was doing was I was kind of saying if I can get a like Patriot down or something like that and then play a Debris somehow. I was messing around with that. Actually, so that was a lot of fun. Although, as you can imagine, a lot of people are running the destruction decks. So there was kind of ways around it and stuff like that. People were already filling up their slots. But listen, a lot of cool combos to be had. And as we're seeing on stream, a lot of different types of combos that we haven't seen before, such as the Moonlight discarding. It's really, really interesting to see.
Yeah, the Killmonger fireworks after you play 4 debris, you fill up all the lanes with rocks, and then watching a Killmonger just spray and absolutely eviscerate all of them. Definitely hurts, it's hard to hit
Mm,
the retreat after that. But yeah, debris was a lot of fun. I was kind of running a Ebony Maw to get 7 power in one lane, and then trying to play the perfect curve would be Ebony Maw into Mojo in the other lane, and then you play that because you need to be ahead on both lanes.
yeah,
If you're gonna get beat on one of those lanes, your opponent could just play anything with more than 3 power, and then they're gonna
exactly.
win that game. And
Yeah.
you are locked out of the. If you play debris, you are locked out of that game for the rest of the time that you're there.
It's a very risky play to make, but yeah, like you said, if you can lock down those 2 locations, so Ebony Maw and Mojo, that's actually a very, very good idea. If you can get those 2 cards down, then place the debris, it's basically a win. I don't really see your opponent getting more power than 7 and 8 on turns 1 and 2. So yeah. Anyways, jumping back into Dan's game here, we had some interesting locations here. Starlight City did move stuff around. I believe is this final turn? Final turn is now.
Final
Okay.
turn, opponent completely has that middle lane filled up. I don't see any way of winning there. Um, Man, this is really, really tough. You can risk it. We don't have a read on how many cards opponent has in hand. If this is me, I'm probably retreating here. Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
Gambit. Yeah, Gambit's gonna always win. 100% of the time that Gambit won the game there. Very smart play by the opponent to read that. They're flipping first. That America Chavez is going to be flipped upside down. There's a 6 cost and a 4 cost. You're going to get your
Strong guy
your
triggered as
strong guy
well. Yeah.
triggered. You're going to get up to 7 power, and either you get the 6 or you get the 4. Either way, you're fully winning. So opponent had a good read on a way to always win that game, unless there was obviously some crazy things that can come down from either direction.
I do agree with Dan. I mean, it was only 2 cubes. He is in the lead, so I probably would have went for it as well. But as I said, only 2 cubes lost, so he's going to jump into the next one. Let's see who we can move over to next.
Let's go to Val.
Mr. Metal or Val. Okay, let's do Val.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go to Val because
Yeah.
he's playing against Super Tech God again.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh,
It's Ken
back-to-back
again.
matches against Ken.
What
What is that Arnim Zola variant? Excuse me? Has anyone ever seen that before?
I actually
Yes,
haven't seen it.
that's a dope one. Yes.
Is that new? That is incredible. Is that the 1601 version?
I do
Oh my
believe so.
gosh. I love that Arnim Zola. Holy. That's
So
the one
just-
thing about this game. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Are you going to talk about the Twitter poll?
Yeah, just one last time. We got 4 minutes left. Valentine has pulled ahead by 6%. So if that's who you like, then stick with it. But if anyone else wants to go place their vote, just I posted in chat again a few minutes ago. So just want to give one last shout out here in about 3-4 minutes. It's going to end.
Wait,
Love that.
what's he doing? Dropping the Zola. Okay, he switches to the Doom. So this
Is
will
he going to
get
drop the Zola by itself? Well, so the Zola by itself can do crazy things, right? The first Zola gets played. Second Zola copies the Zola, sends it to the other locations. That starts to break things
Oh
up,
my
and it just
God.
causes some crazy fireworks. I do think that just filling every location with Doombots is going to be a great way for him to give him a chance. And it does look like nothing's coming down in the middle location for the opponent. So we're going to get a W here on Ken, most likely.
I do believe so. Yeah, I do
Yeah,
believe
can't
so.
imagine. And we're going to get rid of that Polaris just to get a little insult. We get a trifecta here against Ken. Just to note, everyone in stream, keep an eye on that top left timer. So a lot of the timers are getting a little bit off from opponents. I think that Val's is actually counting up while ours is counting down, but just know that that's going to be the truth there for where we're at. Let's jump over to Mr. Metal then. We also haven't been there in a little bit.
He's just loading into a new
Just
game
starting
there.
a game. Love to see it. Maybe
Mhm.
we get it matched up against Valentine. It looks like they queued very similar times.
We could get a match. It'd be very interesting. Oh, it
Let's
is!
go!
You called it.
Awesome. We love to see it.
Just
Okay.
Just seeing the future there. Just calling your shot.
Just seeing the future. Yeah, we got that leader brain, got that big brain. So it looks like Mr. Middle has the choice to either play Carnage here, just by itself on turn 2, or skip a draw. Now, if it's me, I think that I'm skipping and then Carnaging there on turn 3, because like I said, it's a really, really great way to eat up and fight off those green goblins, especially if you're not on the play. Which is really, really awesome. So opponent's going to be on the play. Opponent's running Domino in their deck. Now, if this is me, I'm always running that Carnage into Bar Sinister as defense against the possible goblin that comes down. Let's see if
On
he
turn
agrees with the
3,
play.
yeah.
Opponent's playing Electro into Oscorp. It's going to be tough.
Ooh.
Okay, so if he knows this, wait, no, he's not gonna get the +2 power. That's right. I was gonna say he can do the Infinite into Arnim Zola, which is something that is really really fun to utilize. But what he can also do is he can do crazy Arnim Zola things here with this Carnage.
Bar Sinister, yeah, man.
I'm not sure what it will do, but I'm pretty excited to see it because I hope that's what ends up happening. I think he also I think Lady Sif is definitely a great play here. It looks like he's viewing the same thing. Now the problem with playing Electro on Oscorp, and I do always do this whenever I'm playing Electro and I have it is giving your opponent that 2 power there, and your deck is kind of built to only play 1 card per turn. Even though you don't have that Electro like holding you back, it's still hard to win out on all these locations. Mr. Metal snapping on Valentine. Lady Sif on the Infinite.
Discard. Yep.
Fantastic hit.
Iceman, okay. Well, listen, all of his cards, you can only play 1 anyway, so the increased cost isn't actually
If it hits Ghost Rider again, yeah, if it hits Ghost Rider, if it hits Ghost Rider again, that's pretty devastating. Getting rid of his ability to do that, and he sneaks the Venom in there as well. Venom is going to eat itself multiple times. So he's going to have a 28 power Venom sitting there. No Shang-Chi looking like it's in the deck. He could does Valentine running an Arnim Zola as well? I believe he is because he had that crazy.
Yes, he had that variant, yeah.
Wait, but if I'm looking at his deck, it says ooh shiny. It doesn't have it in there. Was that randomly generated?
Let me see. This could have been a deck, but maybe it was randomly generated. He could have made a change. Could have
been a bugle. Could have been a daily bugle. Sending that across. I do love seeing the WandaVision getting played in the background.
I was literally just about to mention.
It's making me really happy.
Yeah.
Let's see what he's trying to do. It looks like he's really kind of deciding here on turn 5 what he's going to do. Losing that Ghost Rider is absolutely devastating. His play that he wanted to make almost certainly right is going to be to Ghost Rider, and then next turn play that Arnim Zola and start trying to see what he can make happen. Okay, Magic extending the game, very solid for him.
And this vision
comes down. That's very spooky.
This is a really interesting game, folks. This could really go anywhere. My thought originally as well was I thought he would have dropped the Sunspot to go into the Infinite play afterwards. But I mean, listen, there's so many better things. Oh, he's about to do it. He's about to do the crazy
Arnim Zola. Let's see the fireworks. Also, he has a great draw for Shang-Chi here. Shang-Chi, I believe he only has 1 card left on the deck. He might have exactly draw Shang-Chi because of the Jubilee poll. He might only have 2 cards here, so he might have a 50-50 for that Shang-Chi. That Venom has a really good chance of getting decimated if we do that. I've never seen this Arnim Zola interaction, but I'm really excited. Arnim Zola hitting the Magic can also do some crazy things, but it looks like the Carnage is going to blow up. I don't know when this animation ends, but I guess the first Arnim Zola is going to go and Arnim Zola both of the other 2. Then the Carnage is going to kill the Arnim Zolas. I think it's actually going to end somewhat soon because the Arnim Zolas get the other 2 Arnim Zolas aren't technically in play yet.
They're not flipped yet. Yeah, it just shows them. It shows them as if they're flipped. They actually haven't flipped yet. Oh wow!
I have no idea what's going to happen here. So then this Arnim Zola is going to flip and do these Carnages.
This is wild.
And you know who's going to be really mad about this? Valentine, knowing he has to sit here and watch these animations as opposed to waiting and trying to climb up on default. Dan, I definitely think it was his best play, though. I don't think there was any ill intention whatsoever. I think that was just purely the best play that he's going to have available to him.
Listen, he's getting a lot of pair spread out. Getting that pair spread out on both of those locations and on the right is going to be super good. Although the thing is, like, Val does have a lot of these visions. He can just shift to either of those locations and also play something in Bar Sinister if he needs to. Like the Shang-Chi could be good, but only to take out middle. So he does pick it up, which is super good. But the question here is, will he be able to?
Also to note, he did take out the Electro, so he does have multiple choices. Yeah. I think that he did make the right play, though. The Shang-Chi, that Venom could be moving somewhere. You know, he could be doing some different plays on his own. There was an arrow coming down from the opponent, so the arrow probably could have just pulled that Shang-Chi away. So definitely some fun stuff happening there. Let's jump over
both times against Metal again. There you go.
Let's jump over to Val because we got to see Mr. Metal from that perspective.
I'm also
Val-
gonna unmute and drag Val in here.
Let's do
and
it. Yeah.
Let him know that he won the 8 cubes from
Let's
the
go.
Twitter poll.
Yeah, 100%. Val,
Hey,
how we
Val.
doing, my friend?
What's going on, guys?
We just
Well, you're down
that,
6 cubes right now, and that's pretty tough. But Luke Muncher has something to tell you.
Oh yeah?
So the Twitter poll just ended, and you won. So you can add 8 cubes. You can do it
Oh,
now. You
man.
can do it later. So
In they go.
you do have the 8 cubes, so that will give you a 2 cube lead right now over Default Dan.
Oh my God! Thank you so much.
Wonderful, fantastic cosplay as always. We'll jump out of here and let you get back to your stream and keep working. But keep going. You're up by 2 cubes by default, Dan. Let's see what we can do.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, let's see what he can do. Dropping the Venom down on the Bar Sinister. I'm telling you, these destroy cards are no joke on Bar Sinister. The amount of power you can gain from them is absolutely huge. And after seeing that Arnhem Zola play, it's just I really do love locations like this. This is got to be probably one of my favorite locations they've added for sure to the game. The potential is just insane.
Yeah, I think that as a hot location, it's pretty cool. I think that where it's going to shine is when it shows up in just the regular rotation of games,
Mhm.
because I think that this one, there's so much counterplay, and when not everyone's not expecting it, when you see that Bar Sinister flip now on turn 2 or turn 3, both players are going to have their hands just on their heads, just thinking, what could my opponent play? What read do I have on what cards my opponent
Mhm.
might have on Bar Sinister that can be absolutely detrimental to me? How early should I do it to try and defend against some of those disruption cards? Lots of choices that have to get made here. So the Arnhem Zola on the Venom is actually going to be the much stronger play than Carnage. You saw Carnage only getting 2 power every time it eats one up, but with that Venom, it's just going to keep multiplying and getting bigger and bigger. So
Gets
we've
the
seen
full power, yeah. 100%. It's also interesting now that you said that about Bar Sinister when it does come into the normal rotation of locations. That actually kind of reminds me of when a location like the Nexus came out. I found that Shang-Chi does come down. takes
now
out
this
the
isn't too
Venom.
bad, right? Shang-Chi is going to fill up their location completely, and there's pretty much no way, unless they're playing a destroyer, that they're going to get rid of that.
Very
So
true.
they're and it does
Oh,
open up Bar Sinister
interesting.
for him. But getting the vision there on Bar Sinister, they only has to send 2 visions over there to the right to make it happen. There's also I mean, if I'm no, I think that this is probably the right play. I was thinking
Yep.
maybe there's a world where you slam down the maybe you slam down the oh, you can't slam down the Magneto. The Black Bolt is always just so tempting in my
I
opinion
know.
to just delete the opponent's hand. But with that double dinosaur, opponent might not expect the Black Bolt, and this is where Black Bolt shines. They
Oh
move
my
those visions
God.
off, and they get 4 Black Bolts. Not only is it going to give you a ton of power in that lane, not only can they move 2 visions now into the middle, but they slam down that Black Bolt, and it's going to give a -8 to that Devil Dinosaur. So I absolutely think the play here is move 2 visions over to the right, move 2 visions to the middle, Black Bolt on the left, and I think that it's going to be very hard for you to lose.
Yeah, I would agree. You do have the arrow play as well, if that was the case, the alternate play. But listen, if you've got Black Bolt and he's got Devil Donny, you got to play it, right? You got to play it. So it's unfortunate we didn't get to see that play out right there. But absolutely amazing game.
We're probably going to be sticking for the last 10 minutes on Val and Default Dan, but let's make sure we check in on Mr. Metal and Coco to finish this out. So let's jump over to Coco here and try and get a game of each of them until we get into that last kind of burst that happens in the last like 7 or 8 minutes of the last couple games. Coco having a bit of a rough day. Coco is sitting at -1 cube. So honestly, I mean, if you're just playing on the ladder, he's kind of running 50-50. But in a CubeRush event, it feels bad to have those days where you're actually not going. I know you've done CubeRush in the past. How do you feel when you're at this point, when you're so far behind? Are you just playing to have fun? What is your thought process?
It is very tough, and a lot of people can, you see some of the people on the top of the board with like 25, 26 cubes. That's when you have the good days. But listen, we all play Marvel Snap. We all have those days where you're just sticking around the same rank. You're still playing the strong decks, but I'm always enjoying myself. Like even if you're in the negatives, you're just having fun playing CubeRush. It's always a laugh, my friend. So yeah, I think he's having a great time. Let's see, he might be able to beat Metal. He's only 4 cubes behind Metal, so he can definitely come back here. Opponent seems to be playing an interesting deck, to say the least. Adam Warlock and Yellow Jacket coming out, 2 cards that we again don't see too often.
Yeah, Hike, who is the maker of Heittron,
The
who
bot.
who almost every Marvel Snap content creator uses. Actually, I think popularized the deck similar to this. I saw Dara Jin playing a very similar deck, and what the reason that you saw the Hawkeye in there, you saw the Yellow Jacket, seemed like very weird inclusions. It's all about that Adam Warlock. You can play on turn 2 Yellow Jacket Adam Warlock. You can play on turn 1 Hawkeye, and then on turn 2 Yellow Jacket Adam Warlock, and you can try and guarantee some extra draws. You keep a really low curve deck outside of that, so you can try and play as many cards as possible. Some destruction mechanics like Carnage to give yourself more board space when you need to. Very unique style of deck. Not sure. Oh, and we got the Debris coming in. Debris, always a spooky card, and more rocks coming out, throwing into the opponent's deck.
And this is good for Coco because his opponent is destroying some cards as well, so he's getting that discount on the death. So the option here could definitely be just Death and Taskmaster. Or actually Taskmastering here is quite good as well. Gets 9 power.
Getting the double 9. Not too bad yet. Didn't really have any other way to destroy things. If any cards come down on hollow from the opponent, they will get one more tick on that death. Opponent snapped. Kind of interesting to see the opponent snap there. Maybe they have some kind of lockdown mechanics. Maybe actually the hollow already went off last turn. My bad. Maybe they're playing like Professor X over on the right. A lot of different things can be coming out, but I think that the death and a combination of cards is going to be pretty hard to beat there in the middle.
He takes it. He takes it.
Oh, I guess that was a Coco who snapped there. All right, let's jump over to Mr. Metal.
Metal's after falling down on the leaderboard, unfortunately. So he must have had a bad game there. But at the moment, jumping straight into this game, anyways, it seems that he's having a good one. Professor X does claim the right location, so he does have to win both left and mid. He does have the magic here to maybe try to. Yeah,
dude, if this is me, I'm not playing that magic.
No?
I have a Shang-Chi in hand. I'm gonna play the Lady Sif over on the right, and I'm gonna get ready to Shang-Chi whatever the hell my opponent drops down on Nidavellir over the next 2 turns. So if that was me, I was playing Lady Sif there in the middle. We got to imagine, unless our opponent goes really wide with what they're going to do in their next play, that Shang-Chi has just such a better chance of actually activating when we get it. Maybe now you Shang-Chi left. If I have an opponent, I'm Shang-Chi left, because then they could Odin left, right? So they can Shang-Chi, and then they could Odin that Shang-Chi. Maybe Sunspot right.
That's very smart. Yeah, I'd be doing that, actually.
I would love to see the Shang-Chi come down right now, because you can
super
Odin
smart.
next
Yeah,
turn.
I'd actually Shang-Chi Sunspot mid. Yeah, that's what I would do. Because the Sunspot just creeps that power up a little bit as well.
Maybe he's trying to save it as more of a surprise. Let opponent kind of push a little bit further even. Over on the left there. Omega Red scary, but we know that Shang-Chi's coming down next turn. He did get a big enough lead over on the middle to feel pretty confident. But yeah, the Shang-Chi coming down. Lady Sif right is probably the play. The problem is you're only having 15 power on the left. If they get something that's small, the Onslaught is going to make it bigger, but I don't think that's going to be enough. 14.
Getting rid of this devil is going to be good enough.
That giant devil dinosaur getting absolutely eviscerated, and with the Lady Sif, just enough power there to eke it out.
So it comes back up from last place, back into 3rd place. Let's see who we can jump over to next.
We're going to try and jump. Let's see Valentine here, because we're getting very close to the end here. We have 10 minutes left on the clock. So we're going to go ahead and pop over to Val and just keep our eye on him to get started here. What's your thought process? I know I've never won a Cube Rush. I know that you and Mr. Metal have won a Cube Rush. How do you feel here towards the end of the game? There's 10 minutes left. Are you being really smart about your cubes? Are you slowing down? Are you trying to speed up and say, hey, I'm in a winning kind of mode right here. I'm winning a lot of games. I need to kind of push the pace here and try and get as many games as I can to try and win.
Yeah, I believe in Coco and Metal's case, I believe they're going to just kind of try battle it out between the two of them. In terms of Val and Dan here, I think Val's going to want to take his game slow and try get as many cubes as he can, but also play smart. He doesn't want to just keep, going for the big plays and having to retreat for 4 cubes. I mean, and Val is a very, very smart player. So if he knows he's not winning this game, he's going to retreat straight out. But yeah, you definitely start to feel the pressure in these last few minutes for sure. But again, it all builds up to have some great moments. So we're gonna see if he can pull out the win, like the Twitter poll said. So we shall see.
It's always scary here having to skip turn 4. In any of these big decks, it feels really, really bad. You know, he has two 5 drops, 2 6 drops in his hand. He's missing out on turn 4. That Magneto can be a really big power play, and it can decide and move a lot of things down towards the very end. It's all just going to depend to see if opponent is able to get a card in the middle. I wonder where the our Cerebro came from. Was there? Oh no! Okay, let's jump over to Default Dan. We have three ads coming in. So let's check out where Default Dan is at. He has a Hobgoblin and a Green Goblin over on the left lane. Slamming America Chavez over on the right.
Debris comes down.
Debris comes down. How big is
Believe
that? How
he
big is that card on
has-
the left? I think no matter what, he's gonna get the victory here. Is that the
Yeah,
last turn?
He's still got it. Yeah.
Very nice. 4 cubes for
4
Default Dan.
cubes.
Checking out the
Alright.
leaderboards here. He's gonna jump ahead, and it looks like let's pop back over to Val and see if that ad break is over on our end.
Just to note, yeah, how did he get that Cerebro? That was most definitely from the Morph. I believe he must have played Morph to
Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah.
copy
And
the
I need
Cerebro.
inclusion. I'm very interested in what that ad is over on the right, but let's stick over with Default Dan and let him queue, and we'll pop back over to Val and see if anything's changed. It looks like Val got a single cube out of there. He's up to 23, so he's 7 cubes away. 7 cubes is always within striking distance. Once you get up to 9, it gets a little bit spooky. So let's see Default Dan kind of holding up, not queuing just yet. Is he changing his deck?
Is he changing his deck? What is going on? I think he's just
Is he just
explaining his deck.
talking about his deck?
Is he just BMing, saying I'm so far in the lead that he thinks he's won it? Val
Val up to
four
27 cubes. He got a quick 4 cuber. I don't know where that came from. Let's jump over to Val if Dan's just vibing here. I'm very interested in that strategy of just hanging out. Let's see what Val's gonna do here. All right, we're queuing up.
See if he gets another opponent.
3 cubes away, so 3 cubes is very very spooky. Pants me from the
doable.
opponent. We got +2 in the hand. We have Electro coming down, so you can do Electro 5-drop. Really good start.
Really like
so
this
far.
hand. Yep, for sure.
Yeah, maybe once one of his smaller drops. I know he runs a couple of smaller cards like Iceman Colossus. We know we get Domino next turn for sure, right? Cards cost 1 less. Maybe we just slam down the Electro here. If this is me, I'm slamming down the Electro.
Yeah, get as many big cards out as you can. Yeah.
Is scary to play the Electro on because you're saying, hey, we have everything costs a little bit less, so maybe we want to do a little bit more. But if it's me, depending on how the deck's built, I think it's still a valid strategy.
Okay, this is interesting. I believe, well, from looking at the opponent's deck, this again looks like a Cerebro 2. However, his cards were buffed, so only the 4 power cards are going to be affected by Cerebro here. So
yeah,
in this
very
case,
rough. I would actually be snapping. If this is me, I'm snapping right away. If you're snapping right away, if your opponent realizes, hey, I kind of screwed myself over by playing these 4-cost cards, I'm gonna get out of this game. You're gonna get that 1 cube, and you're gonna get a Q again. And I think he
needs those cubes as well, 100%. So I would have to agree there.
The opponent gets the Nightcrawler combo.
And I think he definitely does. Oh, Wong. Interesting.
Wong and Cerebro 2 seems quite interesting. I've never really considered that or seen that. There are some pretty strong on reveal abilities. You're looking at Iceman Korg, can really start to disrupt your opponent. Iceman not as much with Elysium already in play, showing off that beautiful vision animation that I think everyone loves. But I think Vision on Bar Sinister here. I'm snapping. If I'm really surprised that he's kind of slowed down here and not just pushing the pace, because this is me. I'm pushing the pace like crazy. I'm getting a snap out here. You got to know if your opponent sees these visions and he doesn't think he can win against them, he's gonna run away anyway, right?
So I think he's got a snap right now. Yeah, push for the 2. Yeah, 100%.
This might be a little bit too late. I'm guessing opponent's gonna run here.
We should retreat. Yeah.
We can also slam down the Venom over on the right and get a ton of power going. It looks like he's going to utilize these visions and then just get a smaller Venom. That Venom is going to eat it, turn into 4, end up at 16 power. I think that's the better play. Oh, he's going to keep I would keep 1. I think that keeping 4 is a little bit. Keeping 2 is 1 is fine too. I mean, 16 power can win you most lanes. But I definitely think we want to stay on top of this. Interesting to see what's gonna come. Opponent let it go to 2 cubes, so really big. No change so far on Default Dan, keeping an eye on the scoreboard.
Well, opponent did just play a lockjaw here. Cerebro does. It's not gonna be
Actual
enough.
Cerebro too. Very interesting. We're going into turn. Was that this? This is turn 6 though, right?
Yeah, turn 6 coming up now.
Okay.
So opponent can
What-
still. Yeah, there we go.
Interesting choice by the opponent to stay there. It looks like that means that Val is going to be within 1. Let's pop over to default Dan, see what's going on. Yeah, let's check in on this game. Super important. And it's looking like we're getting close to our time where we're going to start bringing the players in.
4 minutes remaining, folks. Yep.
Yeah, 4 minutes remaining.
Really interesting game that we have here. It's Danny. Just
Rude.
the Enchantress that can come down to negate
Pop
the
that
blue
blue marble.
marbles effect. Fortunately, Death is not going to be playable next turn. Does cost 7 instead of the 6. But I mean, if he hits this blue marble again,
I
he could
think
play
the
the Iron Man
Enchantress
then.
probably the best play, right? You slam that down. If your opponent doesn't move hard into Subterranea, you have the Iron Man, which could be a pretty solid finisher there. I think the snap is totally fine to just push the emphasis, and they also can play that death. The Dream Dimension is activated, so it will be 6 next turn.
Oh, that's true. That's true. My apologies. So he does hit the blue marble here. Let's see
Blue
what
marble
other
down.
card comes out.
Kazar's still up. I think the death on the right, maybe even death slam down on the left is going to be enough. What can opponent play that would make it? Maybe an onslaught on top of the Khazar. No, onslaught on top of the Khazar isn't going to win the left.
No.
If this is me, I'm slamming that death down on the left. They have no other way to influence that. They're going for the right. I think that's so risky.
The only
It's always so
the
scary
only
to see
influence
the end of these games.
the only influence he has if opponent did draw a Patriot, that's the only way he gets more power on the left. But I agree.
Yeah, Patriot's definitely in the Patriot's definitely in this deck, huh?
If
Yeah,
he's
maybe
playing
I just
Brood,
have
I
that wrong
imagine
green.
so. Yeah.
Crazy to see the Khazar, Blue Marvel, and Patriot all getting played in this deck, but yeah, probably a pretty solid game plan. Let's see, is it a Patriot? It's an onslaught.
On the right.
The onslaught. Onslaught's gonna tie the left, and he's gonna win. He's gonna get the W. 4 cube game there. Let's check where we're at. Valentine at 29. Let's jump over to Valentine really quickly.
2 minutes remaining.
2 minutes remaining.
Val's gonna have to play quick here if he wants to try squeezing another game, and he has only. Oh, it's not turn 4 actually, so.
Yeah, he's gonna have to
what
playing Super Tech God for a 3rd time. Absolutely insane.
Interesting. Oh, I think he could be going for like the Venom Zola play, maybe. Do we think? Oh, but it's turn.
Yeah, everything's kind of filled up right on the right and the left.
But it's compound.
Yeah. Does he have anything? Is he running Killmonger in this deck? If he has Killmonger in this deck, you've got a shot without Killmonger. I don't
believe so, no.
Red Skull comes down with a Spectrum. Spectrum not hitting anything? That was a free Spectrum from the raft. Yeah, I think he's got a retreat here. I think he's got to retreat, live to play another day. No way you're coming up with the rest of this power.
No shot.
Yeah.
He's got 1 minute left. He just has to. Yeah. If that was me, I would have thrown down the Venom on turn 4 and Bar Sinister, and then maybe tried the Zola. I'm not too sure how big it actually would have gotten, but it could have been interesting.
All right, looks like default Dan's up 5 cubes, probably 6 cubes because I don't think Valentine took his 1 cube off yet. So it's looking like we're going to be at a 6 cube game between default Dan and Valentine. Default Dan might have a chance to get another game in, but it's looking very, very rare. We have 42 seconds left on the clock.
I'm going to go ahead and start bringing people in.
Bring them in, yeah.
You want to bring just maybe we bring just Dan and Valentine in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. We can see how they're thinking right now.
Ping everyone else.
So Dan's game right now seems to be going okay. I won't lie. Getting this Deadpool destroyed here is always good. Buffing it up. Val does have a Nexus game. Those games can be absolutely crazy. So he is still in the running.
Yeah, Nexus can always do some big things. He has some giant cards in this deck. Arrow to do some manipulation against our opponent. Opponents like Daredevil in the Nexus, a little bit of a risky play in my opinion. And yeah, we're looking like so Val and Dan, if you hear me, we're looking like we're just hit the end. So if we get any retreats and plays right now, but it looks like these are going to be our last 2 games. Dan up, it looks like 6 cubes. I'm not sure if Val took his -1 from the last game here. So big play here, and the snap, the snap,
Oh.
the confidence is unreal.
Yeah, I think in this situation, Dan, this isn't even last turn yet. This is turn 5, so he hits the Enchantress, and then yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
Enchantress
this is
here
tough.
always seems. No, I think the Enchantress is the better play in my opinion, because if this is any sort of destruction deck, even with the power of the cards, it's pretty good.
What I'm scared about, and what he should probably be scared about, is that this screams Destroyer, right? And the
Mhm.
blue marble is also a little bit spooky. But I think the Enchantress turning off that Iron Man,
Yeah.
even with the Destroyer. Plus, if this is a Destroyer deck, the Enchantress might have actually been, if he could have been ahead on turn 5, could have been a really cheeky way to have that Destroyer burn everything.
Burn everything, yeah, 100%.
So if we don't get a retreat here and Default Dan wins, Default Dan is going to be the winner of our Halloween Cube Rush. Let's pop back to the quad box. I want to see where Valentine's at, because it's very important to see where he's at in his game as well. He's already snapped, very smart play.
Playing a vision down on
Hopefully,
the
going to
Nexus.
get the opponent to snap as well. Hobgoblin coming down on the Nexus, very
Oh.
scary. He's got to know that he has nothing else that he can do though. Does he have an Odin in this deck?
He does
Doesn't
not.
look like
Dan is
he had an
after
Odin in
taking
this
the
deck.
4 cubes there. So he's on 38 cubes. I do believe that means that Dan is going to be our Cube Rush Halloween special winner no matter what. But we will watch Val's last game out.
Yeah,
for sure.
let's pop open Val's game here, and we can bring everyone else in if you want to
Mhm.
bring all the contestants in now, Loot.
Congrats everyone. This was an absolute blast to see everybody's games. We can't confirm that Dan has won the Halloween Cube Rush special. Val is still playing out his last game, but no matter what, he can't catch up to Dan, unfortunately. So congrats, Dan. We're just gonna watch Val's last game play out, and then we can all chat about how we're feeling.
A debris coming down, further clogging up that Nexus, and he just went for some crazy Arnim Zola
Yeah,
plays, but
that Hobgoblin
did
was just
not hit the right option there. With the domino on the left, to get or with the hit
the
on
vision.
the vision, he would have won. He would have gotten +4 on the right, and then oh no,
True.
only +4, so +8. He would have been just behind on the Shadowlands there.
Unfortunate.
But
Okay.
yeah, what a wonderful Cube Rush. Absolutely fantastic time. Default Dan, I think he's muted currently. Default Dan, you want to say anything about your big victory? I'm not sure if you can hear us or not.
Man, I'm so excited. This was a fun one. Like, I think that what's funny is I only got the special location like maybe 2 or 3 times, but this was a fun one because I had to like completely throw away all the decks I normally play and try something new, and it was fun.
Yeah, you played really well.
Really well.
If you don't mind, sorry, you're getting feedback from your mic.
My bad.
Dan, you played really well. Loved everything that you were doing. I think that you brought a pretty like standard and straightforward deck, and it's very surprising. Like you said, you didn't really face that the special location too many times. Your deck is really it's cool because it's built around it, but realistically, outside of kind of your general Deadpool Destroyer deck, we were only really slotting in Spider Woman, maybe like that Enchantress might not find a way, but it works on both like kind of more of a standard just Destroyer kind of deck. Destroy Deadpool kind of deck, but can also work in the other locations. So went really well there. Val came really close. I thought that you played incredibly well. I saw that you faced Super Tech God, who might still be in chat, 3 separate times.
3 times. at
3
least, if
times.
Not more. Maybe 4. I don't know.
How'd you feel about your play? Do you think that there was any like particular like matches that you wish would have went your way, or anything that you think could have influenced you to get just over the top there at the end?
I think I played as well as I could. I got real screwed on a 4 Moon Knight hit at one point.
Oh, we
You're
saw that. We
watching,
witnessed
you're
that.
watching.
I thought I could have taken that game. I played Pants Me like 4 times as well. I'm also really sad that Metal retreated because I was about to beat Metal with Vision and Arnim Zola, and that honestly would have felt just
So
sweet.
appropriate. Against Metal.
I would
That was
have
an
Murdering
absolute.
Arnim Zola in front of Metal.
That was a wild game to watch. Honestly, that was probably my favorite game of the entire career.
In Metal's
Yeah.
defense, amazing play getting thrown an Electro. Like, well done. Well done, dude.
Well, there you have
Well,
it,
yeah.
folks. Yeah.
Let's talk really quick. Let's just make sure everyone gets a quick chance to talk. Mr. Metal, you look absolutely fantastic. I know I mentioned early on, absolutely gorgeous look you got going. Didn't go your way today. What do you think kind of fell short? Where do you think you could have seen play? Do you think it was just the luck of the draw? Do you think maybe it's the fact that you're playing just a ridiculously crazy and flex gold deck and not really using as much strategy as flexing
Yeah, I
on
think
everyone?
there was a massive lack of strategy. I thought I could maybe just win off flex points. Turns out my hubris got the best of me. Also, this deck is like 0 out of 10 with Bar Sinister. There is no synergy at all with Bar Sinister. So it got to the point where I was actually just like conceding Bar Sinister games because there was nothing I could do. So the deck is pretty, but it does not play well.
Yeah, definitely feel that. Well, you look fantastic. Always a pleasure to be casting you and having you in here. And the fact that you have the WandaVision going in the background for that synergy was absolutely beautiful. And last but not least, Coco ended up coming in right at the end. You and Mr. Metal were really close there, down at the bottom at -7 cubes. We got to see a special appearance from your daughter that absolutely everyone in chat loved. A super wholesome moment. Tell us a little bit about your play and how you felt the day went for you.
My plan was to try and play a combo deck without the enablers, and I really thought I'd just be able to steal games with Bar Sinister, but you can't just win on one lane. You have to win more than one, apparently. So it was an educational moment for me today. I learned that one strong lane of power was not good, so my strategy did not work. That's about it.
Well, yeah, you look fantastic, so absolutely great. We'll throw it over to Loot Munch. Loot Munch, you want to wrap us up today and get a little debrief on our awesome Halloween Cube Rush?
All right, guys. Thank you very much for my players and my co-host here. I appreciate all y'all taking the time out. If I can just ask a favor, if you haven't followed the channel yet and you're here, CubeRushEvents, make sure you go follow that. Make sure you go follow all our players and our hosts. They're all going to give us a quick rundown of where they can find you, where you can find them. And so we're just going to go down the leaderboard. So default Dan, let people know where they can find you. Still muted.
Yeah, there we go. Absolutely. Yeah, if you wanna check it out, it is Default Dan. So twitch.tv/Default Dan. I've got YouTube, and we're about to start making some Snap content over there. Same thing, youtube.com/Default Dan. So in the next couple weeks, you'll start to see some videos going up of Snap.
Alrighty, thank you very much, and congratulations again.
Appreciate it.
Yes, and Valentine?
Yeah, so you can find me at twitch.tv/Valentine. That's VALINTHYNE. I'm also on Twitter with the same name. I stream every weekday on Twitch. Snap usually starts around 11. We do variety streams early in the morning. So come on over any weekday. And thank you so much, Luke, Banks, Kawa. Thank you a bunch. You guys did great. And just a side note, please make sure you go follow Kawa on YouTube, guys. There is some amazing content coming. Also, Banks. Follow both of them on YouTube. These guys do great work, please.
Yes,
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
If it's not clear, go follow everyone. You see everyone on the screen right now, and me that you can't see, but you're already here, hopefully. So follow everyone. They're all great community members. And then I'm missing Metal. You want to tell everyone where you
Yeah, so it's Mr. Metal. Oh my god, again, I should be prepared for this. It's Mr. Metal, twitch.tv/Mr. MISTER_Metal. Over at Twitch, I've been playing since the beginning of the beta. We play goofy decks, not necessarily good decks, but we try to look good doing it, you know? So thanks again for inviting me yet again. Congratulations to Dan on winning. That's pretty huge. So GG's to everyone. Thanks again for the invites, and, that's that.
All right, thank you very much. And Coco.
Hi guys, so you can find me on Twitch at Coco_4. That's COCO_FOUR. You can find me over on Twitter at Coco4CCG, COCO, and then the number 4, not the letter. I go live Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays at 9 p.m. and then Mondays kind of a flex day. Sometimes on Mondays we go live. And thank you guys again for the tournament, the invite, and all that fun stuff.
All right, thank you very much. And Binks.
Hello, thanks for always letting me cast this. I have so much fun. This is the first thing I've ever done with shoutcasting, and it's just so much fun to watch all these awesome players. Make sure to follow everyone. Make sure to follow CubeRushEvents on both Twitch and Twitter. Loot Muncher, if you can throw your Twitch and Twitter in the chat for everyone, or I guess if they're in the chat, they can already see your Twitch. Make sure to throw their Twitter in the chat one more time. This CubeRush event is so beautiful. This game doesn't have a competitive mode. Loot Muncher went out of his way, has connected everyone, created a Discord, worked an incredible job to make all this happen, and has consistently done this every single week. So definitely throw him a bunch of love. If you want to follow me, I make YouTube content. That's probably where I focus mostly. I also stream on YouTube. You can catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Binks_plays and Twitter as well, Binks_plays. Catch me in all those places. It's right up here above my head too, to make it easy.
All right, and Kawa.
Yeah, always it is a pleasure to participate anyway in CubeRush. Thank you very much for allowing me to co-host with Binks. It's been an absolute blast. I just want to give a special shout out to Loot Muncher. Since I've been playing the Marvel Snap beta since May, Loot was actually the one who introduced me to my very first CubeRush, and that then introduced me to all of you guys and every other Snap content creator. So I just want to give a special shout out to Loot. What he's doing for the competitive scene of this game is absolutely incredible. As we said, competitive isn't in Marvel Snap at the moment, so he's giving all you guys this amazing content up until it does get released. So I just want to give a special shout out. I wouldn't be here without you, and I know a lot of us wouldn't be here without you as well. So I just want to say thank you very much. Make sure everybody you go follow CubeRushEvents and Loot on all the socials for sure.
All right, thank you very much for that. That means a lot to me, Kawa. All you guys taking the time out to do these events to really help grow that community. That was the whole point of CubeRush. Is I wanted to give a shout out to all the great streamers that I watched and have a cool competitive mode. So super cool of y'all taking your time out to do this. Well, thank you very much, guys. Thank you again, Marvel Snap Zone, for helping with host this, and they'll be up on their YouTube later. Thanks to all the players again. Default Dan, congratulations again, and everyone have a good one.
Thanks, guys. Take it easy.
Bye.
GG's, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Y'all are awesome.
See ya, guys.
Bye, everybody.